Dave. So I'm out here in the food plot in the middle of the woods, and been a real busy week. But that aside, I'm here with my trail camera. This is the Woo Sports G600. And so what I want to do today is try something a little different. I was contacted by a firm, and they wanted me to test out or take a look at their solar panel that they have and give it a whirl. And so that's what I'm going to do. I've always wanted to see the difference you get between battery and solar power, and part of my motivation is I just bought a 20 pack of batteries, and that was like $23. So it's a little bit over $1 battery now, which to me seems a little expensive. But anyway, you get this. What I also thought was cool with this one, it's the model TYN 101, and it's a solar power bank. It's got different ways you can mount it, but it comes with the different cables, so you can use 6, 9, or 12 volt. And so this is 12 volt. So I got the cable. Really, yeah, I'm going to put it facing south because I think that's the best direction, and I'll get the most sunlight for it. So my hope is that I'll get a constant maintenance on my batteries in there. We'll give it a whirl and test it. I believe it will get enough sunlight, and it's even got a little compass on the top to help you to find your direction. Due south is like right at the camera, and so that's kind of the direction I'm going to do it. I'm not going to go up very high because I believe with some of the undergrowth here, or overgrowth, I believe lower will be better. And if you've watched some of my videos, probably the biggest challenge is going to be jumping squirrel, hanging out on it. So we'll see how that works. So let's go to installing this real quick and see. Now it comes with, and I'm sitting on kind of one of these little adapter mounting things, and I'm going to mount it probably right about there. Let me go get my screws, which I left at the ATV. Again, I'm not going to go very high on this because I think it'll get the best sunlight a little lower. So let me just probably right about here. That's pretty close. It's going to be pretty close to due south. Let's see if we can get this bad boy in here. There's one of them. When I try things, I like to try what they give me. I don't want to try to add a whole lot to it, but I did put different screws in just because the bark on this tree is too thick for the screws they provided. Just wouldn't make it through it, so anyway. There we go. It does have nice little wing nuts on it to tighten and loosen your position, so hopefully that'll work. It's got a 1/4 20 screw, and it fits right in here. So let's get this up and in. You could also attach it with a strap. They provide a strap as well. But I chose to do this. Yeah, actually, I'm amazed how close to south that is. So it worked out pretty good. Let me go ahead and get my adapter open. So I have it set to do 12 volt on the thing, and tighten this dude down. All right, Mr. Squirrel, you're gonna have to, let's see how you do. I hope you don't mess with it too much. All right, I mean, it's pretty simple installation, not much to it. It's got a 3-year warranty. The manufacturer's outlook. So let me see how it does. Right now the batteries in this are almost dead. I got about a quarter charge, which means they will not make it through the next cycle the next week, unless I was to replace them. Unless I were to replace them. So anyways, we'll see. I think it'll work just fine. I have high hopes, high expectations. All right, that's where we go. That's the setup. It's installed. It's the solar panel power bank outlook. Yeah, I think I covered all the stuff it's got. So the only thing really left to check and see is how well it does. All right, so that'll be the field test. All right, Dave out. Hey, it's Dave. Out here at the food plot in the middle of the woods. Solar power panel that I put up on the Woo Sports trail camera I got out here. And I came out and checked it. And it looks like, I'm probably not doing it fair justice because I need to get a path a little bit more sunlight. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow morning and trim a couple more of these trees back right here to give a little bit more sunlight to it, and then it'll charge a little bit better. Right now it's at between 30 and 70%. I checked the battery on the trail camera and it was showing 100%, which I thought was good. Let's see if we can turn you around. See that? Hold on a minute. We're turn you around. Oh, actually, we can do it this way. So, let's see. So yeah, there's my battery level. I am concerned though, because it should, with as much sun we had today, this thing should be, I think, charged a little bit higher. And I just think too much shade right here. So I'm gonna open it up a little bit more. Hey, it's Dave. So I wanna wrap this up on the solar panel that I got for, I'm using on my trail camera, the Woo Sports G600. And so far, so this is week 3. And as you can see, it's getting it gets a lot more sunlight. I cleared out a lot of the canopy above it. And it's working just fine. When, actually I'd say everything is going as you would expect and want. When I turn my camera on, let's see, you can see I still have a full charge. The 12 volt line hooked up to the 12 volt. It was all simple to do. I mean, there's like nothing to it really. And so end of the day, it's working fine. If, and I probably will, I'm gonna get me at least one more to put on the other food plot. The other 2 I have are too much in the woods and I can't get them sun. So it doesn't pay to do it, but these 2 I can. So that is a requirement. You got to have sun or access to sun. You're limited a little bit on how much cord and where your cord goes in. I'd say it's roughly about 30 inches of cord that you got. So I could have gone up higher, but that didn't really mean anything. Actually going out, I could have gone out and that would have helped if I wanted to build something out that way. But actually the way I had it though is I got it facing south, and it gets a lot of the sunlight from, I'd say, around 11 o'clock until setting sun. And so, yeah, so it charges just fine. Again, when I put this in, the batteries were at the point I needed to replace them. They had like a quarter charge. So I would have replaced them. Instead, I put this on. And actually, I think you're supposed to put it on with fresh batteries, but I didn't. And just to see how it would go. And it has maintained its 12 volt charge, and through all the days and stuff. So every time I kind of check on it, it indicates that it still has 12 volt charge. So for me, it's a thumbs up. It does everything I want. I think it costs around $60. I'll put the link in the description. It does everything that you'd want for a solar charger. I had looked online to see what they're going for. $60 is Not the highest, but it's not the lowest. Most of them were above that, 60. And some of them well above it. So I only saw one less expensive, but I don't know how good it was. So, because I didn't test it. All the rest I saw were above 60. So this one's right at 60. So anyway, for me, that wraps it up. I would recommend it. Make sure you use the things I would recommend using this, though. One, make sure you have a place that has sunlight or accessible to sunlight. Two, make sure your camera has the hookup. You know, it allows you to charge. You can do 6, 9, or 12, so a lot of versatility there. If you don't like the metal mounts that they got, then figure out a different way. You can strap it to a tree, you can strap it to a post. Has that ability as well. I just went ahead and used what they provided, and it works fine. We'll see how long it lasts. The only difference, I used longer screws to get through the bark of the tree. I was afraid if I used the screws they provided, might not penetrate far enough in the tree to hold it up there. I was a little worried about squirrels playing on it, but so far it hadn't been an issue. And if you know, this is the camera where I have the jumping squirrel that likes to jump at the camera. So far it hadn't done it. So maybe the cord or something scared it away, but for whatever reason, it hasn't done it. All right, that's enough about blabbing from me. And like I said, for the probably 5th time, this wraps it up for me on this. It is a thumbs up. All right, Dave out.